A land nourished with heritage, picturesque with exotic landscapes, vibrant with heroic memories and shimmering romance. That's Kerala for you. And in this land lies the history of a strong bonding, or rather, a harmonious synchronization with all the elements that binds him between the man and his soil. The name Kerala comes from Kera, which means the coconut tree. With its heavily decked coconut trees all throughout and lavish water bodies surrounding them, this land is heaven's gift to the Malayalis. And they in turn depend on these trees for almost every single aspect in their life. It also explains why a coconut tree is called the Kalpaka tree, that gives life to the land. To the common man in Kerala, all parts of the coconut tree are important. Right from the roots to the leaves, the wood to the fruit. Each part of this tree finds its use in his daily life, directly or indirectly. Coir rope, made from the husk of the coconut fiber by virtue of its numerous uses, stands out. In the past, when Raja Keshava Das was the ruling Talava in the erstwhile Travancore, Alappuzha was stylized and literally redesigned, with canals and bridges freshly laid out all over the district. It was made out to be the first artificial port city in the whole of Kerala. What's more, Alappuzha had abundant natural resources which were systematically tapped to support this. As a result of which, Alappuzha became a hub of trade and commerce and one of the then most happening destinations for business people from all over the world. In fact, it was the Venice of the East. In the year 1859, when an Irish-born American national, James Starr, thought it to be appropriate to set up a coir factory at Alappuzha, he had two major reasons laid out before him in support of his decision. One, the abundant availability of the best quality coir, and the other being the availability of highly skilled artisans who could weave the coir into a fine piece of artwork. Thus was born the first ever coir factory in India, which in turn pioneered the coir export business in Kerala, and now the world comes to Alappuzha for good quality coir and related products. Coir, for an average Malayali, isn't just a product, but a symbol of his emotional bonding with his soil, which is why quite often you find a unique blend of art and craft in most of the coir products that come out of this land. Knowingly or unknowingly, he weaves into his creations the richness of the culture that he follows in this unique land. Alapura is not a port city today. Even then, for the first-rate coir products, world looks up to Alapura. And from this impressive land of history and culture is the beginning of Kerafibertex. Came into being decades ago, this business enterprise is today one of the leading coir exporters in India. And the factory functioning at Kinfra Industrial Park is the most appropriate testimony to this fact. Kerafibertex is the single largest coir factory operating on highly mechanized and imported Italian technology combined with Kerala's refined and skilled artistic talents. And each of the final products that move out of production is reminiscent of the vast and rich Keralite tradition. The workforce here have been carefully selected based on their artistic talents and amount of experience in the field, with each one of them being an artist, color expert and technician, all rolled into one. And under the watchful eye of the R&D department in Italy, each piece produced receives the same individual attention as a piece of the same product would in a complete manual enterprise. The good quality fiber, the raw materials used here are exclusively sourced out from places like Pollachi and Kamban. The husks are soaked in bundles for a prolonged period of 30 to 90 days, cleaned and washed of the acid content by the alternating low and high tide, and brought to the villages in coastal Kerala in bundles for the production of coir yarn.